Hello and welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada, taking a look at the Fremont Street Experience tonight. 2 of 2 between the GCU Antelopes and the UNLV Skating Rebels. Thank you all for joining us here on a Saturday night. On the calls, myself, Dominic Lavoie, joined by AJ Reed. Ryan Gilder couldn't make it back in time from Boise covering the Mountain West Championship game. Going over some impact players really quickly. Starting with UNLV, Dylan Kuntz, 1 assist last night, AJ. Primary assist on Dylan Jensen's go-ahead goal, a second goal of the night. AJ really liked his game, just looking at it, and he had a good stick, and he was physical as always.
Yeah, really physical presence for UNLV last night, getting down, getting dirty when the team needed him to, and also seeing the lanes, getting that 1 assist on the goal, on the scoring last night. Great game for Dylan Kuntz.
Dylan Kuntz, a part of the youth movement for the UNLV Skating Rebels that we talked about last night. A lot of freshmen coming into this program after over 10 seniors graduated just last year from the program. Moving on to some better things. Dylan Kuntz also representing Team USA alongside Doug Wakeland, who got the start last night in the win. And the goaltender opposite him last night, the goaltender starting in net tonight for GCU, Dmytro Kabritsky, 45 saves and a 3-2 loss. AJ, what a performance for Kabritsky in a net. And we spoke to head coach Danny Roy pregame, and he said if he didn't stand on his head in that second period where UNLV scored all their 3 goals, it wouldn't have been a 3-2 final score.
Yeah, and he also pointed out that the team didn't play the best they could defensively and really shouldn't have even let Kabritsky allow 3 goals to begin with, but still a really good performance from the netminder last night and something to keep note of tonight. If he can stay on his head, really perform well, could make it difficult for the Skating Rebels.
And Dmytro Kabritsky, like you said, standing on his head, but another test that we're going to see tonight is if he's able to stand up to the UNLV attack. They love to pepper teams with shots, as we saw last night, 48 shots on goal. That's their average, really, in this ACHA season. In the last few seasons, just shot after shot after shot after shot. And we'll see if he can weather the storm tonight. Obviously, GCU wouldn't want to allow another 45-plus shot game, even another 30-plus shot against game. So we're going to see what GCU can do. Danny Roy says that they need to really buckle down defensively here tonight. And before we continue on with the pregame coverage, GCU takes the ice. We're going to swing things down back in the warm-up with ringside reporter Kyle Sparrow standing by with Parker Williams.
I'm here with forward Parker Williams. Parker, first game coming back from injury tonight after a month. How you feeling coming back?
A bit nervous, but I'm excited. I like the group. They're a great group of guys. Yeah, nervous, but ready, you know?
And then watching the game last night against GCU, what do you feel you can bring to this team tonight?
You know, I think they kind of got the formula down right now. I think the best thing to do is just blend in and be a soldier at this point, so.
And then watching the first period last night, didn't have the greatest start. What do you guys need to do to be successful in that first period tonight?
Well, I think we did exactly that. I think every team gives us their best game, you know, because everybody wants to be UNLV, but nobody's as consistent. They just can't do it for 3 periods, so just do it for 3 periods.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dom and AJ, take it away.
Thank you, Kyle. And that was Kyle Sparrow standing by with Parker Williams slotting in tonight. UNLV taking an injury last night. Dylan Ford out tonight after sustaining an injury, colliding with Jack Riley in the second period of play during Friday night's game. Preston Brodziak not playing tonight after being disqualified on Friday night. So Parker Williams draws in for UNLV along with Ronan Keenan, centering the 4th line in between Evan West and Hayden Siegel. Now, AJ, last night, GCU connecting on the power play, a power play that we didn't see much of collectively, and even on that power play where they did connect, that was Hunter Schmitz from Colton Gherkin and Cameron Nealon. A lot of those power plays were washed out by a penalty early on, about 20 seconds in, like we talked about last night, and then they scored 11 seconds into that man advantage. Just looking at that whole sequence, that's one thing that you can imagine GCU wanting to clean up tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't see a lot of the power. I think we saw maybe 40 seconds total of the 3 power plays they had because you just can't take penalties when you're on the power play and negate it that early. We saw them take a penalty 20 seconds in their first power play, and then in the second power play it was something crazy like 5 seconds into that power play. They took a penalty and negated it immediately. You got to let the Rebels work for that penalty kill to be successful in this game, and they just really weren't making them work for it except when they got the goal in the third power play attempt. So really want to see a better unit from them tonight for GCU.
The only time UNLV really looked like they were working was early in the first period, and we spoke to the staff and the players last night, and it was really attributed to getting their feet under them, AJ. They had a whole 2 weeks away from home. They had a week away from hockey after the Thanksgiving holiday here in America. So after they got their bearings, after they got their feet underneath them, they saw it in the second period. 3 goals. Opening up was Heath Mensch after giving up a turnover that allowed the first goal of the game from Ben Oakland. He said he came back to the bench, took ownership of it, came right back out inside the game.
Big leadership from the young fella from Heath Mensch to be the reason that GCU gets on the board in front first and then come back and get it right back for the team. It's really good leadership, really good accountability, and that's what you want from your team, especially a team as young as UNLV. You really want the young players, when they mess up, to take accountability and try and learn from what they can do to do better in those situations. So really like to see that from Heath Mensch.
Heath Mensch taking accountability. A Las Vegas native as well, AJ. Played for the Vegas Junior Golden Knights 6CU AA team. Scored the championship clinching goal in Plano, Texas way back in 2019. Now he's back here playing college hockey in his hometown. Visited the national championship game last year as well. Couldn't get on the board as UNLV got shut out. As the starters are announced, we'll take a look at the starters ourselves. First, UNLV. Tristan Rand, Bradley Glotton, Caleb Strong, the forwards, Kyle Quinn and Joey Carollo, the defensemen, and Jeremy Foreman gets the nod in a net tonight for the Skating Rebels. Looking at GCU briefly, Jacob Cummings, Noah Jakozma, and Braden Husby, the forwards, Gavin Ukele, and Jack Thomas, the defenseman, and as we mentioned in the open, Dimitri Kabritsko in net tonight. Looking for another good performance from him for Danny Roy and company.
Yeah, really need him to play well if GCU is going to get a win tonight. He played phenomenal last night, so really want to have a mirror image of that, maybe a little bit better, and hope the defense can really perform better to give him a better opportunity to come out of here with a win for his record.
Now the starters out of the way, we're going to go ahead and step away for a ceremonial puck drop in the national anthem. Stay with us. UNLV and GCU, night 2, coming right up.
Fans, for tonight's ceremonial puck drop, please welcome to the ice from Antelopes Academy, Executive Director Rochelle Hewitt and Brittany Dye. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise in the order for our national anthem, presented by Chris Burke and Drew Law. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome to the ice, Jordan Bailey.
there you have it, the anthem and the ceremonial puck drop out of the way. Now all that's left is to get this game underway here at City National Arena, night 2 of 2 between GCU and UNLV. Once again, going through the starters. UNLV up first, Tristan Rand, Bradley Gallant, Caleb Strong, the forwards, Kyle Quinn, Joey Carolla, the defenseman, Jeremy Foreman in between the pipes tonight for UNLV. For GCU, Jacob Cummings, Noah Jacobsma, and Braden Husby, the forwards, Gavin Ukele, and Jack Thomas, the defenseman, and Dimitro Kabritsky in between the pipes, looking to pick up a win and also follow up his amazing performance from last night. AJ stopping 45 of the 48 shots that he faced in a 3-2 loss.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about him a lot already, but he was really a big part in keeping this game competitive because GCU was way out of sorts in that second period last night. It looked like two completely different teams. The GCU team we saw in the first and third period, and then the GCU team we saw in the second period, completely different. So you want to have 3 periods of good play for GCU tonight. And for UNLV, just try and play your game. You know, you got this deep lineup. Really utilize that to your advantage. Be physical as always, and just try and get on the board early and make GCU feel the pressure.
But GCU is going to, no doubt, want to come into this first period and make UNLV feel the pressure. As Jacobsma and Gallant dig in, we're underway here from City National Arena on Saturday night. Thank you all for joining us. Here's Jack Thomas in his own end, sends it up ice for Jacobsma. Out to the left for Cummings. Cummings, centering pass. Doesn't make it to Antelopes stick. An early rush for Grand Canyon University. Joey Carolla plays that off the kick plate for Gallant. Gallant up the right wing for Caleb Strong. Off the wall for Rand. Here's Tristan Rand with speed. Gets taken down. No arm raised on the official. We'll play on. Here's Trichler for Hansen. Down low, up top. Shot from way outside from Spring. Loose puck out in front and a blocked shot. Looked like it was Owen Hansen. It was. He got his stick on that loose puck in the slot and put it right back on net. Looks like Foreman got in front of it.
Yeah, really got to get bodies in front of the puck for UNLV. Make the goalie work less than he needs to.
Icing waved off there. Kabritsky comes out to play it. Cole Wyatt directs it back into the zone. Ukele gives chase. Here's Dylan Jensen hopping on that loose puck. Play it down low. Cole Wyatt centering pass. Band shoots into the trapper of Kabritsky, and Oliver Band looks a bit dejected, looking for his second of the weekend.
It's such a good opportunity for Oliver Band to begin this game right in front of the net, but right to the chest of the goalie.
Oliver Band having the game-winning goal from a bit of a similar area, AJ, right in front of the crease off of a rebound instead of a centering pass like this time. Unable to connect. That puck is chopped off of Jackson Wyatt's stick. It's a Ben Oakland. Already has a goal this weekend, giving chase. Dylan Kuntz, our impact player for UNLV, sending that one up ice. Couldn't get it to a teammate as GCU comes back north quick. But UNLV comes back in possession. Band gives chase. As Christian Cardo sends it around the way. Henriksen off the glass into the neutral zone, settled down by Kuntz and sent right back in. Kabritsky stops it up. Ukele, quick pass up ice from Michelet. Played back in to their own end. It's Tyler Huffer slotting into the lineup tonight for GCU. Arm raised on the linesman as the puck goes 200 feet. We have our first icing of the night. 17:39 on the clock.
Some good back and forth between GCU and UNLV so far on this one. Not really one clear team having a good offensive advantage, to say the least.
Face-off coming out to the right of Kabritsky. Mason Kelly's going to dig in against Cameron Nealon. Kelly ties it up. GCU comes away with possession. That's Colby Donovan starting it out, chipping it around Kyle Quinn and plays it deep into the zone. Joey Carolla gets pressed up against the wall, filtered on net. Foreman finds it with a trapper and holds for a whistle. Not a whole lot of pace so far in this one tonight. from either team. They both have their chances. But it seems like both teams are still throwing jabs a little bit, AJ, still trying to feel each other out.
Yeah, definitely two fighters in the ring, trying to get a good feel for what they're bringing tonight.
Puck goes wide of the net. Bit of a topical analogy there, AJ. UFC 310 going on at T-Mobile Arena, just a few miles from here. Jack Thomas sends it up by a stick down by Heath Mensch. Now in neutral ice, Justice Stathopoulos delayed offsides. Kelly now has to tag up, and he does. Now Thomas evades Kelly. Sends it into the zone. There's Del Monte behind Foreman. Fresh legs coming on for the Antelopes. Up ice touched on by Keenan. Can't get it over to Evan West. An all freshman line out there for Anthony Vigneri Greener. A shot from Hansen misses the net wide. And now on the near side, a shot from Spring blocked in front by Keenan. Picked back up, and another chance for GCU off the mask of Foreman, played back around the net. No joy for the Antelopes. That was a good chance from Caden Serchik. Now Jackson White's going to survey behind his own net. Fresh legs coming on for both teams. Very tactical opening 4 minutes and some change here tonight. And we have an icing called. That was a bit of a closer one. Caleb Strong was hustling, but nonetheless, this thing's going to come back into the UNLV zone.
Some really good possession from GCU so far in that last stoppage to stoppage is what I'll call it.
Now the face-off out to the left of Foreman, won by GCU. One-time drive blocked out in front. That was Gavin Ukele with a quick 1-tee off of the face-off win. GCU getting some more pop to their game here. Here's Ukele filtering one on, tips just wide of the net. GCU getting traffic out in front now. Up top, Ukele. Another shot filtered on, almost tipped on by Ben Oakland. Now filtered back up top. GCU getting a cycle going. Tipped out in front. Loose puck cleared away from the blue paint by Galan, who rips it off the glass and out of the zone. Down the length of the ice. Icing's waved off. Good hustle by Tristan Rand, who gets tied up by Christian Cardo. Now here come the Antelopes the other way again. Down low. Kyle Quinn doing battle. That puck gets centered for Nealon up top. And a shot filtered and blocked in front. Joey Carollo picks it up. That was Tyler Huffer with the try from the point. Now Kyle Quinn's going to have to survey again. Just over 5 minutes gone. UNLV still staying calculated on the breakout. That's something that they struggled with in the first period last night. It seems to be continuing so far tonight. Here come the Antelopes as they send that softly into the zone. Nealon settles it down. That gets played around the opposite side. Jack Thomas was there to try and pinch. Joey Carollo under siege in the corner. Pressure finally gets relieved. GCU getting some fresher legs out there. And Carollo still surveying. Now up the left wing, here comes Mensch. Mensch sends that puck in. Stopped up by Kabritsky, plays it towards Mensch. There's Kelly hopping on that one, sends it deep for Stathopoulos. Stathopoulos pressed up against the wall by Spring. Heath Mensch pinches, filtering one on Stathopoulos, and tight rebound chance. Gets his stick tied up by Tyler Huffer, and another good try from Justice Stathopoulos, looking for his first of the season still. Now Del Monte on the wall for Mensch. Mensch now for Stathopoulos, got stick lifted. Niagara keeps his zone, gets it to Kelly. Kelly from Mensch in the slot, shoots one, blocker save. Kabritsky as Stathopoulos took a tumble with Trichler out in front. Now Cummings Displaying the hands, evading pressure from Niagara. Now here comes GCU the other way again. Filtered on and held for a whistle by Foreman.
Yeah, so some good offensive opportunities for UNLV after what felt like a long time where they couldn't really break it out of their own zone, couldn't really get a good possession. Justin Sithopoulos had a great opportunity on the rebound chance, but couldn't get a good enough stick on it to really convert that one.
Asked Sithopoulos last night if he still feels like he has one in him, and ever confident he said he does. Sithopoulos looking to follow up a pretty solid freshman season last year with a even better sophomore campaign in the Scarlet and Gray. Hayden Siegel does battle with Ukele. Siegel still with the puck, drops that off for Jackson Wyatt, who moves on in. Wyatt moving on in, wraparound try off the side of the net. Jackson Wyatt was able to get that puck around the post. That might have been a goal. Kabritsky wasn't able to get post to post there. Hayden Siegel locking horns with Jack Thomas in the corner. Advantage Thomas. Can't play that through Mason Kelly though. Kelly hustling to the puck. Now Thomas again. Thomas sends that one cross corner. Off the kick plate, settled down by Carollo. Has it hop off his stick. Loose puck out in the slot. Everyone whacking at it. Gets directed outside. Now up to the slot. A shot from the high slot there. Doesn't make it on. That's Caden Hendrickson with a good try for GCU. We play on. Chopped out of the zone by Sithopoulos. Just over 8 minutes elapsed in the first period of play. And Carollo, stretch pass for Sithopoulos. Has it go off his stick. Can't get it past Tyler Huffer. Now that puck sent back in. Sithopoulos whacks it into the zone off the lines with Sithopoulos looking. Centering try. Gets it. Kelly goes in between his legs. Just Sithopoulos all over some of the scoring chances here for UNLV as he flips that one off the glass. Takes an awkward bounce, settled down by Nealon, who directs it back into the zone. Now in behind the net. GCU trying to set up. UNLV not allowing them to get comfortable. Tyler Michalek was the main one out there for check-in. There's Chichler in the neutral zone, sends that one back in. And now Del Monte's going to survey the ice behind Jeremy Foreman. And AJ, there's a lot of dump and chase here from GCU to get pucks in behind UNLV, and they're trying to get the first touch on him.
A lot of dump and chase and not a lot of whistles in this game so far.
Very wide open. Cardo gets bumped by Strong. Centering try to Rand from Strong. Doesn't get there. Now here comes GCU the other way. Got a whistle. Faceoff's going to come back to the UNLV half of the ice, but just outside of the zone. Our first whistle in some time. So it's going to be Oliver Band and Owen Hansen digging in the neutral zone. Band wins that face-off. Dylan Jensen hops on that and sends the puck in. Band gives chase, whacked around the wall. And a big hit by Dylan Kuntz on Caden Serchik. We mentioned Kuntz in the open. How he's a big physical player. And Serchik's being checked out behind the Antelopes bench. Cole Wyatt under pressure. It gets chopped up. Kuntz keeps the zone, sends it back in deep. Oliver Band locks sticks with Ukele. Jensen loses a puck battle. Gets two Antelopes. Kuntz sends it right back in deep, but takes a bounce off the end wall, it looks like, right into the trapper of Kabritsky.
Can be some tricky bounces off that sometimes.
These end walls have been really odd this season, and that post that we mentioned last night, it's been pretty odd as well. As we hit our first media timeout, we're going to take a look at the schedule ahead for UNLV next weekend, December 13th and 14th against Arizona State. It's going to be a homecoming for Nick Benaldi, a former player of the USPHL's Las Vegas Thunderbirds, now known as the Henderson Force. born and raised here in the Las Vegas Valley. And then a couple weeks off for the holiday break. And then right after Christmas, AJ, December 28th, UNLV heads up to Denver to take on the Denver Pioneers, the defending national champions of the NCAA Division I level at Magnus Arena, 6 p.m. puck drop Pacific time. The very next day, they take on Colorado College at Ed Robeson Arena at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, some interesting matchups for sure. Specifically got our eyes on Denver, really to see what UNLV is made of. Not expecting a whole lot from them in that department. I mean, it's the defending national champs of the NCAA Division I, like a few levels above what UNLV is capable of. But if they could play some somewhat competitive hockey, you know, it's good signs for the rest of the season to come.
UNLV played Denver University 2 seasons ago to open up the 2022-23 campaign. They lost that game 10-0 in Magnus Arena, but garnered nothing but praise from the Denver coaching staff. Hayden Siegel settles a puck down, can't whack at it. Plays blown dead for a high stick. Siegel getting in the mix there. But back to the Denver Pioneers. They lost 10-0, but the coaching staff and the program itself gave a lot of positive praise to UNLV. That wasn't the only D1 team that UNLV played that year. They also played the University of Alaska Anchorage 3 times. Once at home at the Dollar Loan Center, now known as the Lee's Family Forum, the home of the Henderson Silver Knights, and now the Las Vegas Desert Dogs of the NLL. And here comes GCU again, another shot, a partial breakaway from Hunter Schmitz, looking for his second of the week, and a shot from Trichler from the point, misses just wide. And GCU looking to set up shop again in the UNLV zone. Wraparound try, loose puck in the slot, gathered up by Evan West. Just sends that one in. It's Cardo for Nealon. Dalmonte ties his man up. That's Colby Donovan. Heath Mensch picks up a loose puck and sweeps it in his own end for Nagra. Now Nagra surveys behind his own cage. Tipped in by Kelly. Off the dasher and around the wall for Ukele. Whacks it back around. Kelly's going to hop on that loose puck. Nagra keeps his own, and a blocked shot there from Nagra. That was Michael Lewis, the extra forward tonight, getting in front of that one. And here's Jackson Wyatt over the red line and gains his own, drops it off for Sithopoulos. Sithopoulos down low. Wyatt reverses it. Kelly tied up, couldn't get there. Colby Donovan sends it up and into the neutral zone. Tristan Rand hops on that one. Kuntz down his own zone. Plays it back for Rand. Now Rand crossovers, head up, sends it off the wall. And it's going to be blown dead for an icing. 7:26 to go.
Yeah, well, if you're GCU, you'll take this result so far through the first period, having some pretty good zone control time. This really looks like the GCU team we saw in the first and third period of last night's contest compared to what we saw in the second period. But UNLV still getting some good opportunities and dangerous opportunities at that.
But still looks like mostly GCU. A tipped shot just misses the net wide. Foreman having to reach a trapper out far for that one. And we have a penalty coming up on UNLV. First look at the GCU power play. And it looks like it's going to be waiting to see who's going for that one. It's going to be Tristan Rand going for what looks like it's going to be a trip. And it is Tristan Rand. GCU converting on the power play last night. It was Hunter Schmitz breaking through from Colton Gherkin and Cameron Nealon. We'll see if they can get their second power play marker here.
Really want to make UNLV work for it, too.
And we'll see if GCU negates their power play with an early penalty. Here's Kaylee shooting one into the trapper of Foreman. He'll hold for a whistle. GCU just 1 for 3 on the man advantage last night. And the man who scored that lone power play goal, Hunter Schmitz, back out there 44 in white. Up top, there's Cardo, sends it around the wall. Schmitz is on that one, directs it down low. Quinn touches that one up for Kelly, playing it off the kick plate for Gallant. Gallant gains the zone, has Kelly with him, but loses the puck. Here's Ukele now. Just about 30 seconds elapsed on the man advantage for GCU. He gains the red line. Doesn't get it that far in. Hayden Siegel giving chase on this loose puck. Lone man in there. Kabrisky plays it up to the neutral zone. Here's Ukele evading pressure from Oliver Band. Ukele avoids a hit from Band in the corner, just barely. And a one-time drive misses the nets. And that puck comes back down to the GCU zone. Just over a minute gone. Not a lot of chances for Grand Canyon University so far in this power play. They're looking to change that on this rush right here. Up top, here's Jack Thomas. Pumps back up top for Thomas. It gets poked away and out of the zone. Thomas has to give chase and start it back out in his own end. Cummings sends that one into the zone. Final 30 seconds on the man advantage for GCU. Stathopoulos touches it on for Jackson Wyatt. Here's Jackson shooting one, tipped up into the high glass. And we have a whistle. 16 seconds to go.
Well, they're definitely making them work for that penalty kill by not taking a penalty of their own this time, but it's not been the best power play for GCU, so to say. Not a lot of shots, not a lot of scoring. I think just one shot on the power play so far. They're at 8 before, and now they're at 9, so not the best power play, but still making UNLV work for it, too, at a degree.
And GCU having a good zone time, good puck movement, but just not the greatest shots on this power play. As the final few seconds tick off on Tristan Rand's minor penalty, he goes to the bench. Cole Wyatt back out there. UNLV now at full strength. Oliver Band gets hit way up high. And that's going to be a penalty on Owen Hansen for elbowing. That was right in front of us, AJ. Oliver Band smiling the whole way back to the bench. That could have been a lot worse.
Give him a stick tap on the way, too. Definitely was high. So the right call for sure for that one. But we'll get a chance to see this UNLV power play. Converting 24% so far this year, trying to get those numbers up.
And this would be the right unit to do it. Tristan Rand, Heath Mensch, Caleb Strong out there. Here's Jackson Wyatt for Strong. Down low, Stathopoulos centering try. Rand knifing at it. Everyone falling over the goaltender. Gets directed to the corner. No joy for UNLV in the first handful of seconds on this power play. Jackson Wyatt up top. Skates the blue line, leaves it for Mensch. Mensch down low, Rand looking, filters one on, blocked out to the corner. Mensch picks up the loose puck, looking from the half wall. Heath Mensch now. Rand looking. Up top Mensch, up top Wyatt, he pumps. Jackson Wyatt looking. Strong at the top of the circle, down low Stathopoulos. Stathopoulos back up top, Strong shooting one off the blocker of Kabritsky. A minute 15 to go now on the power play. Up top, here's Heath Mensch shooting one for the net. Couldn't get it to Stathopoulos' stick clean. And GCU gets their first clearance of a penalty kill. Justin Stathopoulos with another chance in this game.
Yeah, much better from the UNLV power play compared to what we saw from the GCU power play. Already 3 shots on net.
And UNLV's looking for more. Here's Nagra up top, keeping the zone. Now Del Monte. Back up top, Nagra. Now to Cole White on the half wall. Back up top to Nagra. Del Monte at the top of the circle. He'll look. He'll go for a skate. Del Monte shoots one. Blocked in front by Braden Husby. Now here's Nagra. Nagra shoots one through traffic. Blocked again by Husby. Gallant picks up the rebound. Del Monte with a drive into the chest of Kabritsky. And Oliver Band gives a bit of a chop to the goaltender. And he'll have another chat with the Antelopes player. It's Ukele.
Friendly greetings, season greetings maybe, Christmas
Season's
time.
greetings, in fact.
Saw someone wearing a Grinch outfit had the whole mask and everything.
Not sure where they went. They were right behind the GCU net. Can't really find them. Not an easy thing to miss when you see a giant green hairy head in the crowd. Final 20 seconds and some change on this power play for UNLV. Cole Wyatt touches it on. Nagra back over to Wyatt. His feed gets directed to the high glass. Dalmonte pinches. Dalmonte sends it up top for Nagra. Nagra shooting one, tipped wide of the net. Cole Wyatt's on it under 10 seconds to go. Wyatt reverses ice up top. Nagra at the point. Nagra snapshot directed on, but doesn't make it there. That's Bradley Gallant knocking that shot down right in front of Kabritsky. GCU's back to full strength. GCU still looking to break it out. The clock here at City National Arena is frozen at 3 minutes. I don't think the officials have noticed that. But our time is about accurate, about 2.5 to go. And the scoreboard's shut off.
Time has frozen here at City National.
We're playing on still. The Mac operating system restarting. Continuing to play here, 2:15 remaining. And here's Hayden Siegel now. Now Kuntz up top. Here's Jackson White. It rolls off the blade of his stick. Now under 2 minutes to go. GCU looking to start it out, tipped up. Kelly settles it down in the neutral zone, and the official finally notices that the scoring system on the Mac.
The Mac home screen doesn't look like it has the correct time.
No, it doesn't. You saw it there for a brief moment. We're back. We have the time, but now it's got Vegas Golden Knights branding on it. We're going to get the UNLV scoreboard back here in a moment. But I guess we're going to be playing on. Cameron Nealon and Kelly dig in the circle. We're back underway. About 1:40 to go in this opening frame. Here's Heath Mensch. Can't dance through traffic. Got stood up by Ukele. Sethopoulos has that poked off of his stick. And he lays a pretty big hit on Owen Hansen. And icing's called against UNLV here. That faceoff's going to come back to the Rebels zone at 75 seconds remain in this opening period.
So it feels like it's been a very open first period for both teams. UNLV definitely had their best chances on the power play. Couldn't convert. GCU feels like they've had, some spurts where they get some really good offensive chances and then some spurts where they're really struggling. As they just have the 8 shots so far this game and really couldn't get anything on their power play. But overall, not a bad first period for either of the teams. Probably just want to clean it up for the second.
They'll have an opportunity to do so in just under a minute. Final minute of play in the first period, and it's another icing on UNLV, and that's something that we saw last night. Their rush offense looks a bit better so far. But, AJ, they're trying to get a lot of deflections into the zone to wave off the icing. Just looking to dump the puck in from beyond the red line, get a tip, and then go chase that puck. But it's not really working for them so far.
No, not really working for them at all. They're probably going to have to change that up for the second period.
And that's something that assistant coach Nick Raboni said is we have a delayed penalty upcoming on the Antelopes. Looks like it's going to be on Braden Husby for upending Devin Nagra in the corner. That's sent in and touched up by Kabritsky. And we have our whistle. And it's going to be a high stick. And it's going to be on waiting to see the number. It's going to be Nash Chakobzma, going for the high stick. He was trying to get changed up and go to the bench, and the linesman was like, not so fast. Gives him a bit of a tug on the jersey, says, you're coming with me.
Can't pull a fast one on me.
Schmitz and Rand dug in. Rand wins the draw. Jackson Wyatt's shots blocked out in front. Final 20 seconds. GCU bench is loud and active. Here's Strong. Tried to find a seam to get it to Mensch. Couldn't get there. Mensch finds it, though. Final 15. Here's Strong at the top of the circle. Up top, Jackson Wyatt. Now Mensch. Mensch looking. Down low, Rand shooting one off the shoulder of Kabritsky. And the final seconds tick off. And that'll be it. Both of these teams enter the first intermission locked at all zeros. Through 20 minutes, 9 shots apiece, AJ, in the shots department.
Yeah, but those 9 shots really feels like it favors UNLV in a way because of just how they've been able to, like the power play has really put a lot of pressure on this GCU unit as a whole. And, you know, they haven't converted yet, but they're going to have a minute 30 coming out of the second period to try and get something going.
UNLV, as you mentioned, a minute 30 of carryover power play time. Both teams will have a chance to talk it over during this break. And you guys have a chance to take a break yourselves. So make sure, go get a refreshment, go get a snack, and come right back for the second period and more. UNLV and GCU coming right up.
I'm here with forward Hayden Siegel. Hayden, GCU kind of doing the same thing that they did yesterday. What adjustments can you guys make going into the second?
They're a good team. We knew that coming in. So, not the start we wanted to have, but, we'll step it up. We'll get going here in the second, third, and we'll win a hockey game.
And then for GCU, their goalie's being really good right now. How do you expect to get past them?
We just got to keep on pressuring them. Everyone makes mistakes. We just got to capitalize when he makes his.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Dom and AJ, back to you guys.
Thank you, Kyle. That was Kyle Sparrow standing by with Hayden Siegel during the intermission through 20 minutes. Shots are dead even, and so is the score. Shots are 99. Score is 0-0. Neither team's converted on the power play, and some keys here, AJ, for this middle 20. GCU keep forechecking. Their forecheck's been working well tonight, and UNLV just shoot the puck. Something's going to go in.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of success, or not success because they haven't scored, but they have had some good shots on goal so far in that first period that just weren't able to connect. So keep on the pressure, keep on the intensity if you're UNLV.
And UNLV entering this period, a minute 31 of carryover power play time from the first period. Nash Chakosma sitting for a pair of minutes, taking a penalty in the final 30 seconds of the first frame. So UNLV is going to be skating away from the broadcast camera for this period. GCU is going to be skating towards the broadcast in their white and purple jerseys. Power play unit out there. Tristan Rand, Heath Mensch, Justice Thopoulos, Caleb Strong, and Jackson Wyatt looking to break through for the first time tonight and the first time this weekend on the power play for UNLV. And we're back underway in the middle period at City National Arena. Caleb Strong with an early chance, gains his own, looking, shooting one, directed to the high glass. Here's Mensch up top for Wyatt. Here's Strong, down low, Sathopoulos, back up top Strong. Now Jackson Wyatt at the point, shooting one, steered aside, Mensch hops on that rebound. Up top, there's Strong. Now to Jackson Wyatt at the blue line. Mensch with a drive, rolls off the blade of his stick and misses the net wide. Now Rand goes for a skate with it up top. There's Jackson Wyatt. Swings it over to Strong. 45 seconds to go. Now Strong looking. Goes for a skate. Jackson Wyatt with a drive. Pad save, Kabritsky. Final 30 seconds now on the UNLV man advantage. Here's Sathopoulos at the hash marks. Up top, Jackson Wyatt. Wyatt with a shot right into the chest of Kabritsky. Jackson Wyatt with a pair of shots on this power play. Not finding the back of the net.
No, not finding the back of the net. Right to the goalie. That last one would have been a strike if this was baseball. Not what you want, though, if you're UNLV. Want to try and paint the corners.
That's a good double entendre. I like that. Paint the corners in hockey, pick the corners, paint the corners of the strike zone in baseball. UNLV trying to get set up in the zone, trying to get possession back from GCU in this final 15 seconds. They do. There's Nagra touching that one on for Cole Wyatt. Wyatt tried to filter one on net. Just misses the net wide. Under 10 to go. Here's Nagra up top. Nagra looking, Del Monte catches it on the backhand at the faceoff dot, shoots one, tipped up into the netting. GCU back to full strength.
Yeah, good penalty kill from GCU, survived that one. UNLV had some great opportunities in the end of the first period and the beginning of that second period, but not able to connect. And Kabritsky really standing on his head. That's what Danny Roy said for the game. He's really staying on his head, really giving them a chance, and he's definitely doing that again tonight.
And this middle period is going to be one that GCU obviously wants to have a better performance in than last night. They gave up all 3 goals in that middle frame. Here's Husby, drops it off. Thomas shoots one off the side of the cage. Good chance for Jack Thomas, the freshman, coming in blazing on the rush. Kozma shoots one off the stick of Foreman. Kozma touches it on for Thomas, hops over his stick. He keeps his zone and filters it in. Nagra goes just underneath the blade of his lumber. Up top, Thomas. Thomas looks one. Here's Huffer shooting one, blocks by Cole Wyatt. And Wyatt felt that one. A bit slower to get up and wincing. He has to stay on the ice. Jeremy Foreman covers that with a trapper. Can't play that one through traffic. That was Owen Hansen. Now here's Zalmonte. Zalmonte with possession, swings that one to the left wing for Hayden Siegel. Siegel plays it up ice for Jensen. Jensen giving chase in the corner. Jensen looks, tries to filter it to the slot, goes off the goal stick of Kabritsky. It's going to be Trichler. That's sent off the wall by Jakozma. That's sent back into the GCU zone with just over 3 minutes elapsed. Kyle Quinn keeps the zone up top for the Rebels. That shot from the point misses wide. That was Corolla letting that one go. Now Ronan Keenan in the corner. It's pressed up against the wall. And that puck gets sent off the glass and down 200 feet. And the icing's waved off at the very last second. Carollo heads up play, tipped in by Siegel. Carollo will get changed up. And now here come the Antelopes. That's Hunter Schmitz, had a goal last night. The lone power play marker of the weekend thus far. Centering pass, shot from Oakland, save made by Foreman. And now here comes UNLV, 3-on-2 the other way. Justice Sophopoulos on the left wing. To the center for Kelly. He touches that one back on. Centering pass for Kelly. He looks like he whacked at it but couldn't get a stick on it. A good rush there from the kid line for UNLV. Now up top here's Jackson Wyatt. Places it softly in the corner for Sophopoulos, who whacks it back up. Wyatt plays it through the wickets of Heath Mensch. And a heads up play goes off the stick. Caden Henriksen and Dylan Kuntz winds up this rush for the Rebels. Floats that one in. Kuntz will get changed up. Full sail changes for UNLV as GCU comes the other way. And Jack Thomas tried to play that one into the zone and get it to his man, and doesn't make it there, gets called for an icing and showed his displeasure.
A pair of good opportunities for both teams. Ben Oakland, I feel like we haven't called his name a lot so far this game. He's the difference maker for GCU. Last night had a lot of good opportunities. He had a good opportunity tonight to get one. And then Mason Kelly, had he gotten a stick on that one, might have been a goal.
A shot from Nagra goes into the trapper. It looks like of Kabritsky, and touching back on Ben Oakland, AJ. Speaking to head coach Danny Roy pregame, we talked to him about Oakland's effort. He had the game's opening goal last night, and he put it bluntly to us before warmups. He said if he could rank the forwards by performance last night, Ben Oakland would be near the top as another shot finds its way on net and gets held for a whistle.
I think I would agree with that analysis by Danny Roy.
I would too. He was getting scoring chances. He had that one that we talk about that it was in the second period after the game was tied by Heath Mensch, and he just sailed it over the crossbar. And that was something that you even said can look back on that. And had he connected on that chance, it would have been a tie hockey game. And who knows, they could have pulled out a win in overtime and a shootout. But you're right in that analysis there in the moment that that's going to be the thing that you look back on in that game. Tristan ran up top for Nagra with a drive into the trapper once again of Kabritsky, who holds for a whistle. Just over 5 minutes gone in this middle frame. UNLV starting to put a few more shots on goal. They lead in the shots category 4-1 so far.
Yeah, really good offensive possession time from them in this second period. This stretch has definitely been the best the offense has looked outside of the power plays for UNLV so far. Really want to keep good offensive zone control time and get some shots on the net.
Nagra at his own blue line, D-to-D for Del Monte. Del Monte sidesteps a hip check. Now GCU still working on a breakout. They turn the puck over, strong centering try, shot in tight, they score! Tristan Rand introduces himself to the weekend, and UNLV pulls out front.
Who else but number 21, Tristan Rand, taking advantage on the forecheck, getting another opportunity, getting in front of the net, finding in the back of the net, beating Krabitsky. He's UNLV's leading point getter for a reason. We obviously thought he would find his way in the score sheet this weekend, and now he does.
He's the Rebels' leading scorer as well. That's his 13th on the year, his 20th point on the season as well. And we said he was the impact player last night. And he sure made an impact already so far tonight, giving UNLV their first goal of the game. Ukele trying to answer back. His shot gets stopped up by Oliver Band, and he'll turn it up north. Band leaves it outside for Jensen, shooting one to the center of the ice, doesn't make it to any stick. Another shot from way outside, doesn't make it there. Centering try, Kyle Quinn up top, shoots one, blocked out in front. There's Parker Williams, the extra skater tonight. We spoke to him in the pregame. Now Kyle Quinn whacks that one in there. Kyle Quinn credited with an assist, and he gets tripped up trying to give chase to that loose puck as it comes all the way back down to the paddle of Jeremy Foreman. Now Quinn to Siegel, who directs that softly into the corner. Evan West pounces on it. It gets played back up out of the zone. Dylan Kuntz sweeps it over just out of the reach of Jackson White, who recovers it off the kick plate and return to sender for Kuntz. Kuntz gets sent to the ice. Still making plays from the ice, laying down. GCU keeping the forecheck up, and Kuntz with a big-time collision there, sending Ben Oakland to the ice. That puck out of the zone off the side of the net for an icing 12:38 to go.
Oh, what a shift there by Dylan Kuntz. Really getting in the way behind the net, laying down, still putting his body on the line, trying to get a stick in the way of the puck, and then gets back up and then goes to the corner and lays the lumber there too.
And we talked about it in the pregame. We liked his game last night, AJ, just having a good stick, just playing well defensively, getting rewarded with an assist. Much of the same here tonight so far. Here's Siegel. Plays it to the center for Evan West. Can't get it to Jackson White, who tried to join the rush. UNLV getting changed up quickly now. There's Mason Kelly. Sent around the wall, Dalmonte. Back on net, Kabritsky finds it and holds for another whistle. Just under 8 minutes gone now. UNLV leading in shots still. GCU is still only credited with a lone shot so far this period. UNLV registering 7.
Not really what GCU wants, especially after last night. Had a really rough second period, and the scoreboard is indicating more of the same.
One goal could change the whole tide of the game as Heath Mensch's shot misses the net and goes all the way back into the Rebels' defensive end. And Dalmonte is going to wind up the rush here over the red line and gains the zone. Dalmonte dips the shoulder, driving the net, shooting one, doesn't make it on net. What an effort from the captain to do it himself coast to coast.
Yeah, all the way from one side of the net to the other, just couldn't get it on net, though. Would have been a highlight reel play had he connected.
And that's something that Dalmonte has deep in his bag of tricks, is being able to do things himself. He doesn't do it very often. When it does, it's usually a big pop. Here's Mensch in tight, shooting one, misses the net. A good bang-bang play from the kid line. Mason Kelly hitting Mensch right in the middle of the ice in prime real estate. Mensch still looking for his second of the weekend. Here comes GCU. Carollo Gets the puck stripped away from him. Up top, and a shot there from Owen Hansen gets blocked. And the delayed offside, GCU tags up. And that shot, the second of the period for GCU, right into the trapper.
What a catch.
That was
Flashing
Tyler
the
Michalak.
leather from Jeremy Foreman.
Jeremy Foreman, a UNH grad transfer of the University of New Hampshire Wildcats NCAA Division I program. Coming to Vegas to finish out his college hockey career. A shot from Schmitz, a shot pass it looks like, off the shin pad of Jackson White. Here's Tristan Rand, the goal scorer for UNLV. Got that puck into the zone. Rand with it again. Up top, Jackson Wyatt. Wyatt skating the line, keeps his zone, plays it through the wickets of an Antelopes player. Played back in deep. Off the skate of Caleb Strong. Niagara hustling and picks that puck up. And tipped in. Jack Thomas. You know, he's still with some tries. As Foreman has to play that one. That was great hustle from Colby Donovan. Racing Oliver Band for that puck. Foreman wanted an icing, but had to use the goal stick to direct that behind the net. GCU looking a bit better on the forecheck here tonight. Jack Thomas's shot misses wide. It's Tyler Huffer directing that one in deep. Niagara cuts off a play to the slot, gets as far as neutral ice. And Thomas plays it off the kick plate and in. Damonte now. Stretch pass tipped up by Husby. And Oliver Band directs it in. There's Jack Thomas again on the tape. That gets directed in by Michalak. Swung around the wall. Cole Wyatt gets hit up high by Cummings. Cole Wyatt pickpockets Cummings. Swings it out to the left wing for Jensen. Jensen with speed, trying to turn the corner. Jensen centers, tried to center one, shot it off the shoulder of Kabritsky. And the puck goes down to the UNLV end, kicks off the side of the cage and blown dead for an icing. 8.5 to go.
Well, some better offensive zone control time for GCU in that last stoppage to stoppage, I would say, but still not great. They were able to register 2 more shots, so that makes them 3 for the period. Really just not good offensive performance from GCU in the second period.
But they haven't looked bad, though. They've really come into their own here in this middle frame, AJ. They haven't gotten the shots to show for it, but when they get their rush offense dialed in this middle period, it looks good. When they get their zone entries, it looks good. UNLV's been blocking shots. And also just been playing in their half of the ice a lot so far in this period. I feel like with just about 12 minutes gone, maybe about 9 or 10 of them have been played in the UNLV end. As that dumping attempt goes right into the bench, and everyone has to duck for cover on the GCU bench. We had to duck for cover. That went right behind us, AJ, in the broadcast.
That could have been the second puck of the night for me.
You got hit in the pregame.
Warm-up, setting up the broadcast, got hit in the back by a puck somehow. I don't even know where it came
I think
from.
it went in the band there. Where did that come from? We're going to look at the feed really quick. Couldn't really get a number on who shot that into the bench, but as we hit our first media timeout of the period, we're going to take another quick look at the upcoming schedule for UNLV. Once again, Arizona State next weekend right here at City National Arena, 7:30 p.m. puck drops. Those games can be found right here on the UNLV Hockey YouTube channel. Then, as we said, Denver University awaits UNLV at Magnus Arena for their second game in 3 years against the Pioneers. Denver winning the NCAA Division I National Championship in 2024, looking to go back-to-back this season. And then the next day, taking on Colorado College on the road. A 1 p.m. puck drop, a bit of an earlier one. In a back-to-back, a tough back-to-back. And AJ, both of those teams play each other next Friday. Colorado College so far this season, 9-4-1 on the year. So it's going to be a tall order, but speaking with the players and the staff, they feel comfortable and they're really excited to go up to Colorado for a couple of days.
Yeah, and it's really good to see, play against some of that top competition to really see what you're made of at the ACHA level. Denver, obviously the gold standard of the NCAA hockey right now. So be curious to see how they look against them. And then Colorado College looks like they're having a good season too. So it's going to be two really tough games for UNLV.
College hockey growing on the West Coast. As the years go by, Arizona, the Wildcats getting a new arena in a handful of years. They currently play at the Tucson Convention Center, sharing a home with the Tucson Roadrunners of the American Hockey League. UNLV, of course, playing NCAA Division I opponents. Handful of teams in Alaska, Colorado College and Air Force in the NCAA level. Arizona State University bursting onto the scene recently as well. So there is the attempt to get NCAA Division I hockey out on the West Coast. UNLV looking to do the same, or at least become an NCAA program in the near future. And join their counterparts of the Runnin' Rebels in the UNLV football program. The Lady Rebels, a three-time defending Mountain West champion. In women's basketball, as we have another icing, as a part of the UNLV athletic program.
Yeah, and it does feel like hockey is ripe for something on the West Coast. I know we've got Arizona State here now and Denver and some schools in Alaska. And I feel the same way about it in lacrosse. It feels like lacrosse is ripe for a high-level Division I program on the West Coast. We really only have Denver as the furthest west Division I team. Maybe Utah is up there too, but all these sports I feel like would benefit from taking advantage of the West Coast and the Oregon, Washington, California, and Nevada areas.
And lacrosse, as we have another icing on GCU, very adjacent to hockey in that it's really ruled by the East Coast at the college level. So many premier pedigree lacrosse programs and college hockey programs located in the Northeast. And with hockey in the Midwest to an extent, with the Minnesota programs in North Dakota, Nebraska, Omaha as well. And maybe the Las Vegas Desert Dogs of the National Lacrosse League, AJ, could kickstart something here in Las Vegas in a handful of years. They're still pretty new to the city, but could be one of the next crazes. They have to get better, though, but they could make something happen. UNLV through neutral ice. That was touched on by Rand to Caleb Strong to the center, and a high hit there on Gallant. And Tristan Rand retaliates and will play on. Arm raised on the official. Carollo touches up. And interference will be the call on Tristan Rand, and he's going to be talking to the official as we have some pushing and shoving in the corner. Temperatures kind of rising in this game. Kyle Quinn not particularly a fan of Hunter Schmitz right now. And Rand going to be going for interference. Looking on our feed. Bradley Gallant took a feed to the center of the ice from Caleb Strong and pretty incidentally got hit up high by, looked like, Christian Cardo. And Rand takes exception and sends him to the ice and takes a penalty. Second man always gets caught at the end of the day.
Yeah, that is true. And it didn't seem like it was that big of a hit from the GCU player. Kind of incidental contact. But it did look from the incident kind of did look like it was a pretty big hit from him. So it makes sense that Tristan Rand would retaliate and defend his teammate like that. So kind of a bang-bang play, but I don't think the coach is going to be too upset for Tristan Rand defending their guy.
Unless GCU breaks through on the power play for the second time this weekend. Hunter Schmitz has the lone power play marker this weekend. Jacob Cummings with a one-time drive off the skate of Matias Dalmonte, who got in front of that one. Jack Thomas up top again. Thomas looking. Down low. Gets blocked aside by Kuntz. Husby tangled up with Dalmonte. That's Wardis giving support. Now Sothopoulos whacks that one up, only gets as far as the blue line, and now here come the Rebels. That's Mason Kelly on a breakaway, shooting one into the protective netting. Good shorthanded chance for Kelly.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen a good shorthanded chance from the Rebel. Usually comes from number 2, Joey Carollo, but Mason Kelly making the opportunity there, giving a good try. Not able to connect, but always sweat those moments for GCU. Don't want to give up a goal on the power play.
Shorthanded goals are backbreakers nonetheless, but especially when you're already down, you have a chance to tie the game. Might take some more wind out of your sails. There's Schmitz sending that one cross corner. It's Henriksen. Now Oakland touches that one on for Huffer. Back down low for Oakland. Seam pass intended for Schmitz. Got stopped up by Siegel. Knifed through traffic by Band, and Band still knifing it on. Oliver Band in a puck race gets tripped up from his knees. Whacks it on net. Save made. It's going to be a penalty shot, it looks like. If my assessment's correct, the official's pointing to the center ice line, and it does look like we're looking at a penalty shot for Oliver Band, and it is. So Oliver Band, his first penalty shot at the college level. Band looking for his second goal of the weekend. Going for a skate, talking to goaltender Jeremy Foreman. Band gives a nod, still skating along in his own end, and he'll swing out and pick up the puck in the neutral zone. Band swings out to his right, cuts back inside, stick handles, looking, Band shooting one off the iron, and Band looks skyward. He beats Kabritsky, doesn't beat the post. And this game remains 1-0.
Yeah, almost the worst thing you can do if you're GCU. We talked about yesterday, they took a lot of penalties to negate their own power play. I think the penalty shot is the worst thing you can do on the power play for a team, giving them a free shot on a shorthanded goal, but not able to connect, so close, able to beat the goalie, but not the iron.
And Oliver Band obviously feeling dangerous this weekend, just how confident he came into that penalty shot, swung out, was patient. Lots of stick handles, but just like you said, couldn't beat the iron. Now GCU with some newfound life. Oakland shoots one, fans on it, just misses the net wide. Ben Oakland looking for his second of the weekend as well. Swung down low, a shot from the outside from Henriksen gets tipped up into the high glass, recovered by Schmidt. Now Schmitz to Oakland, Oakland down low, looking. Ben Oakland up top, Thomas. Touched on, Thomas with a return pass from Schmitz. UNLV back to full strength. Now Oakland dips the shoulder, cuts back outside, sends it in off the glass. Hayden Siegel without a stick. His stick snaps in two. And a shot right into the glove of Foreman, seeing that one all the way through. Gavin Cayley with a good try.
Yeah, what a possession by GC. Really Foreman after the failed penalty shot attempt by UNLV. Really getting a good opportunity. Hayden Siegel was without a stick for what felt like all of the rest of that power play. GCU not able to take advantage of it, though.
GCU with another offensive zone faceoff. UNLV comes the other way, and Cameron Nealon takes a spill in his own end. Now Nagra. Nagra looks, sends it on net, blocked out in front. Sean Spring takes a bump from Gallant. Now here comes GCU the other way. Cameron Nealon shooting one from the outside, tipped just away from danger by Michael Lewis. Now Rand, rink-wide feed, a stick gets popped up into the air. That was Colby Donovan's piece of lumber. Dylan Kuntz cuts off that pass in the neutral zone and gets bumped hard by Cardo. Centering pass, a shot in tight from Kelly, doesn't make it past Kabritsky, and that's chipped off the glass. Jackson Wyatt harassed there. And we have another stoppage of play. Another chance from Mason Kelly. That whole kid line, Heath Mensch, Justice Stathopoulos, and Mason Kelly. Chance after chance after chance tonight.
Yeah, feels like they've been the top line outside of the goal scoring. They've been the top line for UNLV, the top forward line, really getting in there, getting good looks on the net and good shots, but haven't been able to fully connect yet.
UNLV ends up icing the puck so that kid line will stay out there. And as you said, just not breaking through just yet.
They've definitely looked good, though.
They have looked good. Would imagine they draw praise from their coaching staff after tonight's performance. Now GCU going to work. Dylan Kuntz with a hard hit in the corner. Pressing his man up against the wall. Just about 2 minutes to go in the second period. Up top and a drive blocked out in front by Heath Mensch. And another shot misses the net high and wide. GCU getting a handful of chances here. As there's another whistle. With 2:01 to go, the puck goes into the GCU bench.
It's been a danger spot so far tonight. It seems like a lot of loose pucks in that area, at least two in this game, and then of course pregame.
Got hit by a puck yourself.
I did.
How's the back anyways? You good?
It feels better, yeah. It was shocking, to say the least.
There's a cheeky play from Kyle Quinn whacking that down the ice, and Bradley Gallant beating the icing there. Now UNLV trying to set up shop. Up top, Joey Carollo. To Quinn, shoots one on net, save made, loose puck out in front. Strong collects it. Takes an awkward bounce off the kick plate. And picked up by GCU, but they can't get it broken out. Here's Gallant. Off the wall for Carollo. Carollo picks it up and just sends it in. Tristan Rand with a nice hit to separate his man from the puck. Rand shooting one from an odd angle. Save made and out of play.
Also from you this time, Dom, it's about 69 seconds left in the second period. Some really quick math.
UNLV hasn't had a shot in some time, AJ, either. GCU's been really pouring it on in the last handful of minutes.
Yeah, definitely getting some better looks, GCU is, and the way they've been hustling to the puck in the loose plays and the forecheck has really started to look like it's going to pay off at some point for the Antelopes.
Just got to keep grinding away at it. And here they are with another chance a minute to go. Now Evan West sends it up ice. Siegel tries to whack at it, doesn't get it there. And now here come the Antelopes with a partial 3-on-2. Evaporates pretty quickly. Colby Donovan couldn't get to that puck before Nagra. Now here comes Devin Nagra. Gains the red and sends it in. Bouncing puck behind the net, settled down by Keenan. That clearance attempt gloved down by Nagra. Keenan now gets sent to the ice emphatically by an Antelopes player. That was Cameron Nealon. Now final 10 seconds in this middle frame. Kuntz whacks that into the zone. Delayed offsides. And under 5 seconds to go now. And that'll do it for the second period of play. The second period sees only one goal. Tristan Rand putting the Skating Rebels ahead in this one. 1-0. Now both teams with another chance to talk things over before the third period of play gets going. We're going to go ahead and take a break to talk things over ourselves. Make sure to stay with us. The third period or more hockey will be coming right up, right around the bend.
I'm here with forward Tristan Rand. Tristan, getting the goal in the second period. Talk us through what you saw in the goal.
We had a good forecheck, and it was a lucky bounce that Stronger was able to get it over to me, and I just threw it in 5-hole.
And then what adjustments are you guys going to make going into the third period?
I think we're just going to keep trying to get as many bodies to the front of the net as we can, and forechecking as hard as we can.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Dom and AJ, back to you guys.
Thank you, Kyle. That was Kyle Sparrow sitting by with Tristan Rand, the lone goal scorer so far tonight for the UNLV Skating Rebels and in this game. Thank you all for sticking with us. If you stuck with us through 40 minutes, if you're just joining us for some reason for being so late, thank you for tuning in. And make sure to stick around for the remaining 20 minutes of hockey. Now, through 40 minutes, UNLV has the advantage of the shots department, 18-15. They lead 1-0 in some keys. GCU, you just got to find a way. There's a will, there's a way. Just got to score, and UNLV stick the landing in this third.
Yep, just stick the landing, and GCU, I mean, they've been playing pretty good on offense. Their zone entry has been really good. Their forecheck has been great. You have to think that they'll find a way to get one in this one. I think they will. But UNLV, they've had great opportunities themselves, and they got to land the ship, find a way to get another goal, get some more insurance for Jeremy Foreman, and find a way to land this ship and win the game.
20 minutes or more remain here at City National Arena between two top 15 programs in the nation. Bradley Gallant and Nash Kozma. Lockhorns at center ice, and we're back underway here in Summerlin. Now Jack Thomas sends one towards the net and gets directed away early. A shot from way outside from Ukele gets directed aside, and here's Caleb Strong up ice to Gallant, and Gallant gets tripped up, no call. We play on. Now whacked into the zone. That was Sean Spring sending it in. Matias Salmonte with a stutter step. On the tape on the left wing for Jensen with speed. Dylan Jensen shoots one. He scores! Speed kills with Dylan Jensen on the left wing board. Sneaks one 5-hole on Dmitro Kabritsky. And the UNLV Rebels live 2-0.
Yeah, what? That's the insurance UNLV needed. Jensen coming through again. He got a goal last night. He gets another one tonight with a huge insurance with the way this GCU offense has been playing to go up 2 goals instead of just being up to 1 goal. A huge difference in a game like this.
Very big difference, AJ, just in a weekend where it seems like goals have come at a premium. And now UNLV with a 2-goal lead. Striking just under 2 minutes into this one. Now this faceoff's going to come back out to the right of Kabritsky. Mason Kelly wins that draw against Hunter Schmitz, and that puck hops over the blade of Devin Nagra. Matias Del Monte can't skate through the defense of GCU, and puck comes the other way. Mason Kelly is digging at it, and now Del Monte in his own end. Had an assist on the last goal. Kelly stops up at the red line, tries to play it deep into the zone, doesn't, but Mensch plays it through. Sophopoulos now up top for Jackson Wyatt. Wyatt moves in, shoots one, blocked out in front, and sits up top. Wyatt keeps his own. Wyatt drops it off for Stathopoulos at the half wall. He sends that one in. Ukele chops at it. Can't get it out of the zone. Stathopoulos keeps the zone again and sends it cross corner. Mason Kelly looking from the corner. Centering pass off a skate, and Heath Mensch gets cross-checked into the net and rings off the post. That was Colby Donovan sending Mensch into the net.
He went head first into the pipe there. I'm going to give the goal a pass on this one. We know we've talked about it all weekend, it coming off too easily. That one seemed like sufficient enough contact to bring it off.
Heath Mensch, not a small guy, 5'11", 185 pounds, and when you go sliding that fast into the net, it's bound to come off. And if it doesn't, then you have a problem. It's pretty dangerous. But the net does its job there as GCU ices the puck. 17:27 left on the clock. It's going to be another offensive zone draw for UNLV.
I'd like to give a shout out to the band we have with us today from the Academy.
Been playing some good tunes.
Yeah. It's a nice, refreshing thing to have, you know. A lot of college games have the band, so to have the band here tonight,
Definitely.
it's a nice touch.
I was a band kid myself back in the day. Probably explains a lot of the personality traits that I have.
What was your instrument, Dom?
It's percussion. I was a percussion kid back in middle school. Didn't really get many reps on the snare drum. I was mostly a bass drum, timpani, triangle, tambourine, that kind of stuff. Evan West with a pickpocket it. Williams overskates the puck for a brief moment. Husby's pass got deflected down. Hayden Siegel tried to redirect that one into the zone. He doesn't. And it's an icing. It gives Joey Carollo a stick tap behind the play saying it's my bad.
Yeah, Parker Williams felt like he had a good opportunity there, but he just didn't see it in time. And when he did see it, he'd already overskated it. So almost a missed chance for UNLV on the offensive zone there, but
that's a hard thing to do in hockey is really stop or turn on a dime. And so those who are able to do that, there's another icing on UNLV. A little bit of rust in the opening minutes of this third period outside of that Dylan Jensen goal. But when you see guys turn or stop on a dime like that, it's really impressive. It's not easy to do and makes you that much better of a player because of the difficulty in trying to do that kind of thing. Back underway. Tristan Rand harassing Sean Spring. He regains possession. Gallant sends it into his own end for Carollo. Tipped in by Tristan Rand. He'll give chase. Picks up a loose puck. Shoots one. Kicked away. Rand steers that one with one hand on the stick to Nagra on neutral ice. Crafty play from Strong to kick it to Bradley Gallant. Gallant just couldn't keep a handle on it. Dalmonte pinches and gets puck poked through his wickets, and Gallant cuts off that pass attempt. That gets sent in. Here's Oakland for Nealon. Nealon shoots the puck in. Fed back down low. Still down low. GCU trying to go to work and keep the forecheck up. Nagra with it. Now Dalmonte up top from Wyatt. Tipped out of the zone. Jensen wins that foot race. Dylan Jensen with speed shoots one off the shoulder of Kabritsky. Jensen looking for a second of the game. This time on the opposite wing of the ice when he scored the latest goal. There's Wyatt. Jackson Wyatt with speed gains the zone and floats it into the corner. Jack Thomas is there with it. Up top, Dylan Kuntz with a big hit yet again, that time on Michael Lewis. Dylan Jensen spins that one back into the corner. Mason Kelly gives chase. Lewis chips it up. Jacobsma sent it in. Jacobsma lays the body on Kuntz. There's Trichler. Husby had to let that one go as there's a delayed offside on the Antelopes. They finally get tagged up. 6 minutes gone in the third period now. It's Jackson Wyatt behind Jeremy Foreman by that Raising Cane's logo. Surveying the ice. Finally swings out to the left wing for Menchu. Hits Kelly on the tape at the blue line. Kelly takes it down low below the goal line. Gets rowed all the way into the boards by Spring. Good effort from him to break up that play. Here's Trichler. Sidesteps a hit from Sothopoulos. UNLV comes away with possession on that loose puck. Some fresh legs coming on again for GCU. They get changed up. Stretch pass gets knocked down by Cummings, who spins it back into the zone and gets changed. Bench leaves it on for Carollo. Sends it up ice, tipped and soccered along by Ukele. Ishalek sends that one in. Foreman stops it and plays it around. Sothopoulos touches it to the center of the ice, and now here comes Evan West in the left wing. West looking, plays it off the kick plate for Keenan. Keenan plays it down low, no one home. That gets sent softly off the wall. Keenan chops at it and breaks up Owen Hansen's attempt at a rush. A shot from way outside, steered to the high glass by the paddle of Foreman. Swardis putting that one on goal. Now Keenan on the left wing through neutral ice, gains the red and sends it cross corner. Hayden Siegel with pressure. Kuntz spins that back for Jackson Wyatt. Pass intended for Rand doesn't land. That was Ben Oakland shooting that one off the pad. Another save there from Foreman. Jack Thomas sends it up ice. Plays broken up by Gallant. And Thomas with a miscommunication with Hendrickson. Now Huffer. This pass is picked off by Kuntz. Kuntz skates the line, gets bumped by Thomas as he had to wait for Gallant to try and get tagged up on the delayed offsides. GCU trying to start a rush, and here's Thomas again on the wing. Jack Thomas looking, shoots one, gets deflected wide. Oakland hops on it, feeds it up top to the point. That puck gets sent back in deep. Rings around the wall, Strong tries to play it between his legs. Finally whacks it off the wall and out of the zone. Trichler recovers at his own blue line and sends it back down the ice. No icing. And Carollo sends it around the wall, pinch there by Nealon, who sends it in. Kyle Quinn now reverses it. A lot of east-west hockey to start the breakouts, and here's Dylan Jensen looking for a second. Centering pass in the skates of Cole Wyatt. Jensen looking to share the sugar there. Cameron Nealon gets canceled out by Kyle Quinn, and it looks like Quinn will be going for a hold. So GCU going back on the power play, looking for, once again, their second marker of the weekend. And if they scored here, it couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, that was almost like 5 minutes without a stoppage. That was
a hot minute.
Really back and forth stuff before the penalty, but really good chance for GCU here on the power play.
Once again, it was Hunter Schmitz breaking through on the man advantage last night for the Antelopes. And here's Justice Sothopoulos in on a breakaway. Sothopoulos shoots off the cuff with a trapper of Kabritsky. A very odd play to give up a breakaway that easily shorthanded, or on the man advantage for GCU rather. And Cummings shoots one, deflected up into the high glass. Cummings keeps his own, sends that down low. Loose puck out in front, steered away by Foreman. UNLV getting a fresh penalty kill unit out there. GCU getting changed up as well. That was Huffer. Gallant with a pickpocket there. He can't spin it out of the zone. Final minute of the Kyle Quinn holding Minor in the GCU power play. Thomas point to point. Schmidt's return pass across the seam. And that was Henriksen who fanned on the shot. And Gallant sends that up. Ice glove down by Jensen. Jensen can't dance through Thomas. Jensen ties up Thomas's stick and reverses ice. Good effort from Dylan Jensen on the PK. And Carollo just whacks that one down to the end wall. 30 seconds to go now on the power play.
Not a lot from GCU so far on this power play, and giving up some great shorthanded opportunities to the Rebels.
One of those shorthanded chances, Justice Athopoulos on a breakaway, couldn't get the best of the GCU netminder.
Credit to Kubritsky there, standing on his head.
Now final seconds ticking off with the Kyle Quinn Minor and UNLV back to full strength. Shot from the point, deflected on and into the protective netting. 8:47 to go. And we hit another media timeout, our final one of the night. As the Rebels ice and dance crew shoveling some of the extra snow off of the ice here at City National Arena. So to touch on it one more time, the upcoming games, UNLV and Arizona State doing battle next week at City National Arena. Then a pause for the Christmas break. Denver and Colorado College await for back-to-back. UNLV taking on two NCAA Division I opponents. Really setting a trend as of late. GCU, as we mentioned in the open, taking on some NCAA Division I opponents this year. We've had Liberty University play them. UNLV played two prior to the season starting against Lindenwood in St. Louis. So a lot of crossover from the ACHA and the NCAA as of late.
I think that's good for the sport, good for college hockey as a whole, and really important for UNLV to not look ahead of that Arizona State series. It's easy to look ahead, look at Christmas, look at Denver. They got to stay focused on the Sun Devils, who have taken their only loss, handed them the only loss of the season so far.
Arizona State giving UNLV, as you said, their only loss of the season earlier on this year back in October. Tempe has been a spot where UNLV has struggled as Jackson White takes a spill in his own corner. He seems a bit labored going back to the bench. Try and get an update on Jackson White as soon as possible.
Going back to Tempe, it's like what Nick Saban says about Auburn. That place is haunted. It does seem to be for the Rebels, the way they lose games there.
Yeah, just very random ways. I believe it was 2023. UNLV ended up sweeping ASU. But 3 of the last 4 seasons, UNLV has dropped at least one game in Tempe. Comparable is even to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami for the New England Patriots when they were in their dynasty. It felt like they would drop that game late in the season to Miami almost every single season. As a Patriots fan myself, that Miami miracle it haunts me. Seeing Rob Gronkowski out on defense for some reason and a big hit from Bradley Gallant on Tyler Huffer. And Bradley Gallant going for interference now. He's being talked to by a few GCU players. as he's escorted to the box. So we get another look at the GCU power play. And I mean, I get you're trying to throw the body, but a little late there from Gallant.
Yeah, not the best look for Gallant there. Definitely a late hit, and not what you want to give this GCU offense, who has, you know, they've had opportunities that they haven't connected yet, but they're not looking that bad on offense. Just got to find a way to get it in the back of the net. And when you give them a power play like this, you're giving them so many more opportunities to find a way.
GCU taking a timeout to talk things over, down 2 goals. Shots are dead even, 22 apiece here. So GCU really stepping it up. And this honestly really isn't something you see often from UNLV, is having an even shot marker.
You got to give credit to the GCU defense there. And their forecheck, specifically on the offensive zone, finding a way to keep the puck on their side and not letting UNLV break it out, which they've had problems breaking it out this weekend. So that could be on part of it too. That's
obviously something that will be talked over during practice next week in preparation for Arizona State. The timeout ends, GCU going to the power play. 7:23 to go. Down 2 goals into this one. Tristan Rand and Dylan Jensen, the goal scorers for UNLV. And we get back underway. And fed out in front. A good chance in tight from Ben Oakland. Here's Schmitz. Ukele down low, Cummings. Cummings looking up top, Thomas. Thomas with a drive, blocked by the skate of Sathopoulos. Swung up top, here's Schmitz shooting one again, tipped and knocked down in front and sent out by Joey Carollo. Carollo looks a little banged up going back to the bench. And a bit of a miscue, Jack Thomas tripping over Kabrinsky, who's out to play the puck. Tried to leave it for Thomas there. We'll play on. And here's Dylan Kuntz winding it up. Kuntz takes it himself, pulls up at the half wall, looking, rifles one. Looking for the stick of Oliver Band, but couldn't get there. Goes into the skates of Thomas. Now Kuntz wires that one around the wall. Under a minute to go. Now a little bit of a traffic jam on the wall. They finally break away. Now up top for Spring. Sean Spring sends it to the slot. Broken up, not cleared yet. Still kept in the zone. Sean Spring shoots one, knocked down in front and wide. 20 seconds to go. And a one-time drive there. That was from Kovsma. Good chance. Another shot blocked out in front. Foreman didn't see where it was redirected at. The final few seconds, 5 to go on the Gallant penalty. And UNLV's back to full strength.
Good penalty kill from the Rebels there, not allowing too many dangerous opportunities. The one, though, with the redirection in front of Jeremy Foreman, but not a GCU player in front to knock that rebound in.
GCU still no dice on the man advantage tonight. That puck's flipped into the zone, under 5 to go in this third period of play. Here's Sathopoulos. Runs into traffic, and here's Cameron Nealon. Nealon now down low. Still with possession. On the backhand up top. Gets chipped away, and now here's Mensch. Keith Mensch gains his own, shoots one, misses the net wide. Oliver Band loses an edge. Kyle Quinn picks the puck up in his own end. Leaves it for Carollo. Carollo. The half wall for Wyatt. Wyatt gets sent to the ice emphatically by Schmitz, and Cole Wyatt's not happy with Schmitz there. And Ben Oakland comes to give Wyatt a bit of talking to, and Kyle Quinn and And Cole Wyatt looking to the back of the jersey to see who he was talking to, but I'm sure he was disappointed. Grand Canyon University doesn't have nameplates.
I'm reminded of the Arian Foster clip. Turn around, what's your name? I don't know you. He really doesn't know him because there's no name on the back of the jersey.
And timeout for UNLV now. Hunter Schmitz is going to be going for a penalty, and that reminds me also Austin Matthews a few years back trying to do the same thing to then Ottawa Senators player Scott Sabrin, and that clip went viral. So bit of an Austin Matthews moment. Cole White and Austin Matthews, if you squint really, really hard,
I see it.
away,
I see it.
They have the mustache, the dark hair. It's there. It's there. So that's Cole Wyatt's Austin Matthews moment. Now 4:08 to go here in the third. GCU now has the advantage of the shots department, 24-22.
How many seconds do you think 4:08 is?
Let's see. Oh, that's brutal. I can't do math.
I believe it is 2:48. 2:48.
Yeah, got the thumbs up from Jack Bridges, our director. Put me on the spot, man. That's a lot of mental math. So UNLV go to the power play. Here's Caleb Strong off the drop pass. Between the legs, Heath Mensch, drop pass for Savopoulos. Mensch with it again up top. Jackson Wyatt. Now Mensch looking, shooting, misses the net wide. Savopoulos puts it to the slot. Rand loses it in his skates. And that's off the glass and out. Savopoulos, if he was able to settle that thing down, he could have had a yawning cage as Kabritsky was down and out there.
Just couldn't find it on the ground there.
Now UNLV going to look to turn it up ice. There's Jackson Wyatt. Drops it off for Heath Mensch. Now Mensch to the wall for Rand. That gets whacked out of the zone by Cardo. Under a minute left on the Schmitz penalty. Now here's Bradley Gallant with speed over the red line. Gallant sends that one in. Cole White, who drew the last penalty, knifes it along. Nagra settles it down on the half wall. Now Nagra looking. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Now Gallant to the half wall for Cole Wyatt. Wyatt shakes off pressure. Nealon can't clear the zone. Dalmonte keeps it at the blue line. He pulls up. Under 20 seconds to go. Here's Nagra. Down low, Gallant. Pitch and catch. Dalmonte shoots one into the chest of Kabritsky. 12 to go on the power play.
Got to give a lot of credit to both of these teams' penalty kill units tonight because they've done a great job shutting them down.
Special teams at a premium this weekend as well, it seems like. And goals at a premium, only 7 across both teams so far. And that may change. Nagra's rink-wide feed gets directed into the protective netting. Another 5 seconds gone from the power play. So 7 seconds, that might be a face-off win for UNLV and be able to set up shop and maybe register one more shot on goal.
7 seconds is a lot of time. You know, Kansas City got down the field in field goal range in 18. Hockey player can win a face-off and get a shot on goal in 7.
Joey Carollo keeps the zone. Up top, here's Quinn. Bobbles the puck, regains it back to full strength. Here's Schmitz. Quinn shoots one, directed to the high glass. Kabritsky did not see where that one ended up. Now Gallant in the midsection of Wyatt. Cardo around the wall. Cole Wyatt in the corner. Tries to play it down low as UNLV gets changed up. Now 90 seconds to go in the third. Kyle Quinn on the left side. Played up top. Arm raised on Kabritsky, and that's going to be an icing. And Ronan Keenan a bit confused on that one.
I feel like there's been a lot of icings today.
A lot, yeah.
I feel like there's usually not that many icings when you call the games, but I feel like there's been 10 plus tonight.
Yeah, not the cleanest breakouts for either team, really. So there's 76 seconds remain.
Great math, Dom.
See, that's easy. That one I know. GCU setting up shop as we approach the final minute. Ukele can't get a play going. Hayden Siegel locked up with Thomas. Kyle Quinn takes a cross check to the midsection. And there's another icing. It's going to be Nash Kozma getting away with one there.
Well, talk about icings. Thank you for taking this journey with us. Here goes one more for you.
Oh, man, shots are dead even, 24 apiece. Icings might be 24 apiece. 24 total in the game, who knows. 47 seconds remain, and there's number 47 for UNLV, Ronan Keenan. Standing opposite Braden Husby in the dot. Now about 30 seconds to go. Icing's waved off. That puck goes out of play. Once more, 25 seconds to go. And looking forward to next week. Once again, UNLV welcoming Arizona State to town, another WCHL rival. The final two games of that four-game season series between the Sun Devils and Skating Rebels. Puck drop coming at 7:30 p.m. on both nights. Both games streamed right here on the UNLV Hockey YouTube channel. There's now 20 seconds to go. Kelly gloves that one down and gets it as far as the center ice logo. Final 10 seconds. Up ice for Mensch, touched on Stathopoulos, flipped up to center. And Mason Kelly gets called for a penalty checking from behind. And Kelly's going to sit the final 3 seconds of this game in the penalty box.
Yeah, one of the calls for sure. We'll see what GC can do on the power play here.
So we're waiting the official ruling. Looks like I was incorrect there. So Kelly's not sitting. Just 3 seconds remain. Offensive zone draw here. Won by the Antelopes. So last second shot attempt blocked by Keenan, and that'll do it. Jeremy Foreman, a 24 save shutout. And UNLV sweeps Grand Canyon University in a hard-fought pair of games this weekend.
Hard fought is right. I mean, not a lot to hang your head on if you're GCU. Really came in here, played really competitive for 5 out of the 6 periods. That second period in game 1 probably going to carry with them for a while just because of how sloppy they looked. But, I mean, come out here, play against the top 10 opponent in UNLV and really play competitive for 60 minutes. That's something to hang your head on.
Definitely something to hang your hat on for your GCU. It's a good measuring stick game, if you will, as both teams shaking hands at center ice. Once again, UNLV doing battle with Arizona State next weekend. Another Arizona team coming to town before the Christmas break. And UNLV shipping off to Colorado to take on Colorado College and Denver University. Speaking again, final score 2-0 in favor of the UNLV Skating Rebels, sweeping GCU out of Sin City. On behalf of myself, Dominic DeVaugh, AJ Reed, Kyle Sparrow, Jack Bridges, Rolando Guerrero, Gene Gomez, and Kyle Kimsey, we say good night from Las Vegas, Nevada. We hope you enjoyed this weekend's action, and we'll see you right back here next weekend for Arizona State.